And we are intermission live right now. I'm Christian Maurice Gant. I'm going to try to get the cartoons in there a little bit next time. I am talking to you in my projector room tonight. I went to see Man Who Knew Christmas today. Saw my friend Trey Hamilton today. We talked a little bit. Then I came home, wrote a little bit. I wrote a little bit at Sports Page. Then I came home, and now we're doing more Ip Man TV series and a study of Orsen Welles. This is pretty much the first thing I've watched off the Criterion Othello DVD. Othello was a film made in 1955, I believe, from Orson Welles. There's been a lot of versions of it, but I pretty much just watched the documentary tonight of the making of Othello. It had him in front of his editing film board there, and he's talking about it being one of the great experiences of his life. You know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of the YouTube videos now, in a way. How the viewer kind of catches you, and or the person talking kind of catches you on the video that they're doing or whatever. So he's, I guess, one of the first YouTube video guys, Orson Welles. It pretty much went into the basics of why he made Othello. He changed one thing, or changed a couple things, but he changed. He was talking about how he changed the Turkish bass. He added that in one scene, and he also talked about being a director. If you are a director, you are going to know how to take care of the mistakes that you have or the accidents that you have, and that was a very relevant thing. It went on for about 2 hours. I've always loved Orson Welles. I've always thought he was kind of like this metaphor to what independent film was, the Maverick, what I am kind of am, the Maverick filmmaker. And I kind of think that it was his interpretation. And he even says, did it go through to Shakespeare? No, it didn't. He didn't think it went through to Shakespeare. And he also didn't think it was the best film that he did. Although in the beginning he mentions that, oh, you don't go out and you don't mention that the film is a bad film or a good film. You know, in other words, you don't go out seeing it. And the reason why they kind of say it's not a good, bad or good film is because they want people to go see it, in the theater. But he did mention something like that, and it kind of got me thinking about how the drive-in films were in the 70s as well. This documentary was made in 1979. I feel that it kind of showed him in his later years the way we kind of remember him, at least the teenagers of that time era kind of remember him. Um, and the kids that were the kids back in the 80s kind of remember him. Uh, I remember when he died, he was one of these great, talented guys that kind of didn't really get the well, he got the notoriety and the fame, but he kind of left us hanging in what he could have done. He had all these great talented ideas that he wanted to do. Like I didn't even know, but he even mentioned it in this documentary that he wanted to do Cyrano de Bergerac. And I think there was a talk of him doing Man of La Mancha too. I have to still read the books that I got of him, but I think he goes into that as well. But oh no, he goes into his flatbed, and he says, "These are my friends, and they were in the film, and let them talk for you guys." And they start talking about theater and how theater was an aspects. Now, mind you, these are theatrical historians, so and friends of Orson Welles. So you're gonna get kind of a biased interpretation of how they look at Shakespeare and how they kind of were talking with each other in wine and food. And that's what they was doing. They were basically talking in wine and food. And of course, Orson Welles was a great wine and food guy, if you remember. Um, I do like a little bit of Orson Welles. I think I'm going to watch the actual movie tomorrow. I was thinking about doing it tonight, but it just, I think I'm going to watch the rest of Ip Man tonight, at least a little more episodes of that, and then watch Othello tomorrow. But I wanted to take note that this documentary is a worth buy if you haven't bought the Criterion yet. If you're a film collector like I am, or a film lover and a filmmaker, this is a definite go to. Also, get Chimes of Midnight with him. When I watch Chimes of Midnight again, I'm going to do a little talk on that as well. But I'm probably going to be talking about the movie tomorrow. Um, Also, the whole meaning of these intermission lives also is a study of film. Also, watching what I am studying and talking about it as well too, and also doing an updates on my own films as well. The films that I want to get done or are getting done, and I think in a way. That's why it's been kind of a good success on Facebook too, with people. I think people have kind of gave their 2 cents and talking to me, and I appreciate that. And I'm going to definitely do more Facebook lives in the future. Tonight I'll probably take a break from it, but I think I'm going to do another film talk to you guys sooner or later on Facebook. Um, but other than that, that's what's going on. Um, I have to. definitely check out the rest of the Ip Man series. That's the next thing I'm doing now. Um, and if you if you're a big Orson Welles fan like I am, you're going to definitely check out his films. Then it went into this whole entire aspect of him talking to this crowd where he was showing Othello in the, should I say, in the theater, or had a screening of it. And they had all these questions about how the dog in it, the terrier, was kind of a representation of. Well, they asked him if it was a representation of infertile marriage, and he said, "Now that's the kind of question I like." And he said, "No, it was a different type of dog, and it's because I was trying to finish the film, basically." And of course, the costumes were the whole part of this whole entire aspect too in these films. In this film, that is. He made it in France, and I believe Paris, where he was going to make it in France, and it got moved over to Paris. So what have you? Um, but very interesting film documentary on the making of Othello. Um, Definitely looking forward to seeing the movie tomorrow. Um, I'm having quite a experience today. I've ran into a friend and uh, kind of did the thing, with Christmas movies today. Um, then wrote a little bit on my thing. And tomorrow I'll probably be doing the thing that I need to get done, and a little bit more editing around the house on my own films. At least the trailers and somewhat. Um, but that's what in the short. But that's what I'm doing in the feature as well too. Um, the drive-in roadshow that I'm editing is it's kind of like a roadshow of the '60s and '70s that you would see back in the day. Uh, I want to do another film alongside with it, and I'm trying to do another film alongside with it. I'm probably the mockumentary that I'm writing right now, but I want to do the mockumentary very cheaply as possible too. And as for the feature that I need to get done and edited, I'm doing that right now and getting that all in order. Um, but I'm having a good time being a filmmaker. It's a nice little time. Um, don't have any complaints there. And we can see the drive-in um, intermission ads playing with the popcorn ads. Really enjoyed this documentary, though. It had a lot of merits. You know, Orson Welles was always this mysterious fellow, and or mysterious director ever since he kind of went into exile within himself. Um, Look at this, and it was kind of like one of those things where you saw his personality in this documentary. And you see his personality in every single thing, documentary he does. I mean, and there's another really good documentary he did on F is for Fake. If you in the Criterion, if you guys are a big Orson Welles nut, go see it. And I uh, I really think that we as filmmakers need to have a little bit of Orson Welles in our lives in some way or another, or any all types of filmmakers of old in our lives. It's how we get better in our own projects, and it's good to watch those people too do that. And also, I kind of think with me as a filmmaker, it's good. It's a good study. So, with Orson Welles, it's always a good study. This is going to be part one. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about Orson Welles tomorrow night. But, yeah, definitely go see the documentaries on the Criterions with Orson Welles stuff that they released. Um, really dug it. But now it's off to Ip Man World again, at least one or two times, and I'm gonna call it off. If it's a good 17 minutes in the blog blog here, or at least an intermission live cast that I am doing. Um, so I'm going to sign it off for now. Christian Maurice Gant out. And oh yeah, by the way, the film, music, and art forever. Talk to y'all later. Bye.